This is the HP Omen 16 with an i7 14th gen processor, RTX 4070, 32 gigs of RAM, and the 240Hz Quad HD display. And honestly, in 2026, this thing still feels like an absolute beast. But is it actually worth buying now? This model comes with the i7 14700HX with 20 cores, 8 performance cores, 12 efficiency cores, and 28 threads. It has a base power of 55 watts and a maximum turbo power of 157 watts. That's absolutely bullshit, it's never reaching that. An RTX 4070 laptop GPU with 8 gigs of VRAM, which in today's day and age is horrible, 32 gigs of RAM, DDR5, a 2K Quad HD IPS display, which is at 240Hz, 16-inch, fast SSD storage, which is 1TB M.2 Gen 4 SSD, and honestly these specs are still super competitive in 2026. The design is clean and stealthy, it doesn't scream gaming laptop too much like some ROG, which I actually like. Build quality feels solid and actually was the top reason why I chose this laptop. Keyboard is great for gaming by HyperX, and the 240Hz display is one of the best parts of this laptop. The Quad HD 240Hz panel is honestly amazing. Motion feels insanely smooth in competitive games like CS2 and Fortnite, and even Modern Warfare. Colors are vibrant, brightness is good, and the IPS panel gives solid viewing angles. Far better than any TN version, but still lags behind some of the OLED panels out there. For creators, this display is very usable for editing videos and thumbnails, maybe light color work also. Keyboard feels responsive, travel is decent, and the RGB lighting looks clean without being overkill. Now, the thermals are really important on a gaming laptop. Under heavy gaming loads, the HP Omen gets warm, but honestly it handles cooling pretty well for this hardware, especially if you apply a bit of undervolting in the HP Omen gaming software, which I actually did. I put an offset of 0.1 millivolts and it's doing perfectly fine. Fans definitely get loud during gaming, it's a gaming laptop, what the fuck did you expect? Especially Modern Warfare 2019 and shader heavy Minecraft, but temperature stayed under control during my testing. The laptop didn't throttle badly, which is good news. Now the gaming benchmark, starting with CS2 at 1080p, lowest settings, this thing is absolutely fine. Competitive setting easily push super high FPS, fully taking advantage of the 240Hz display. Input delay feels minimal, aiming feels smooth, and honestly this is a really good esports laptop. Please excuse the poor gameplay, I know I'm bad at this game.
Know your fucking place, trash.
Fortnite also runs insanely well here. Performance mode gives crazy FPS numbers while epic settings still look fantastic thanks to the RTX 4070. I would honestly recommend playing in high settings to get around 120 FPS, which since this panel supports G-Sync, it's really smooth and you don't feel any kind of hiccups. But if you want crazy numbers, definitely go with performance mode. DLSS definitely helps maintain smooth gameplay even at Quad HD resolution. I didn't even feel that I was lacking in any kind of way. Now for Modern Warfare 2019, a game which still looks incredible in 2026 thanks to its engine, which made the lighting look amazing. This laptop handles it with no problems at high settings. The visuals, reflections and the smoothness combined with the 240Hz panel make the experience feel premium. I would enable DLSS in quality mode just for the extra performance that it gives, but I definitely recommend you to not turn on ray tracing because it's just not worth it for the amount of FPS it takes away from you. But even with all of that, the game runs smoothly and without any problems.
Hardpoint contested.
Gotcha.
Okay, get to the hardpoint.
Finished it. Take it back.
Enemy taking the hardpoint. Hardpoint. Got the hardpoint. Russian strike is go for north. Get ready, we're about to move. Well done.
Now turning to an OG game, The Forest. Also runs great. This game can get surprisingly demanding during larger areas and nighttime scenes, but the Omen handled it comfortably. This game has been played with everything turned to the maximum, and I mean everything. Survival games feel super immersive on this display, and it felt smooth like butter. Minecraft testing was actually really interesting. Vanilla Minecraft runs perfectly, obviously. Feather Launcher gives smoother performance and better optimization overall. But once you add shaders, this laptop really shows what the RTX 4070 can do. Heavy shaders still look beautiful while staying very playable. The lightings from the solid shader pack that I added and the shadows on this Quad HD display look insane. I also tweaked the colors a bit so it pops more. Now for the battery life, which I don't know why you even considering for a gaming laptop, but realistically you still want the charger nearby for full performance. For daily tasks though, browsing, editing, multitasking, the laptop feels incredibly fast and can handle itself. For the best amount of battery, I recommend you turn the screen brightness to 50% and use the integrated graphics of the CPU. So, after testing this laptop in 2026, is the HP Omen 16 with the RTX 4070 and the i7 14th Gen still worth buying? Honestly, in my opinion, yeah. Especially at around 1,350 euros in Balkan, new, and European markets, I think this is actually one of the better deals you can get right now. And the reason is simple, the current PC market is honestly weird right now. DDR5 RAM prices exploded over the last year because of the shortages and the high server demands, and even though the prices are starting to calm down slightly in parts of Europe, high-end memory and gaming hardware are still much more expensive than they used to be. A lot of manufacturers even started shipping laptops with lower RAM configs just to keep prices reasonable, like the Lenovo Look, which comes with, instead of 32 gigs of RAM, 24. So getting an RTX 4070, 32 gigs of RAM, which I checked in my local market, is going for 510 euros, and an i7 14th Gen with a really good display at Quad HD 240Hz for around 1350 euros in Europe or the Balkans, honestly looks pretty strong in today's market, especially because gaming laptop pricing in Europe has been rough lately. A lot of RTX 4080 laptops are still massively overpriced, while the RTX 4070 laptops continue to hit the sweet spot for performance and value. And performance-wise, this laptop still handles modern games really well. Competitive games like CS2 and Fortnite fully take advantage of the 240Hz display. AAA games still look amazing at Quad HD. Minecraft shaders run beautifully. What more do you need? And for content creation, streaming, editing, or multitasking, 32 gigs of RAM in 2026 honestly feels like the new sweet spot. Some still recommend 16, but I'll be careful, especially if it's not DDR5. The extra RAM matters way more now than it did a few years ago. The only real downside is the RTX 4070 laptop GPU still has 8 gigs of VRAM, which could be limiting in future AAA games at ultra settings, which, seeing the game requirements now, it definitely is. It has 140 watt real draw power, but realistically, for most people gaming at 1080p or Quad HD with DLSS, this thing is still going to last several more years. So if you already own this laptop, you honestly made a really good purchase. And if you're thinking about buying one in 2026 for around 1350 euros, I'd say yes, especially in European and Balkan markets where the prices are usually much worse than the US. You're looking immediately at 500 euros paying more for something like this. By the way, the laptop I got it was new and it came with 1 year of warranty. This still feels like a premium gaming laptop without paying ridiculous flagship prices. Anyway, let me know what games you want me to benchmark next. Like the video if it helped you out, subscribe for more laptop reviews and FPS tests, and I'll see you guys in the next one.